Well, Efren really nailed that break. Look at the cue ball stopped dead. The 8-ball sifted in the back pocket. Look at this masterful safety. Just that.
With a lot of oohs and ahs.
Well, that finds it. Now, statistically speaking, with players of this skill, when you award your opponent ball in hand, it's an 85 to 90% immediate loss. So it's just near death to commit a foul.
Why does it happen that way, Earl, that when you give your opponent ball in hand, he's most likely to make it?
Well, because he gets to start with such a good position, and once these guys establish control of the table, and especially the masterful Efren Reyes position play, he very seldom has to make a great shot after he starts with ball in hand. Now he's obtained pretty straight in angle on the 5, and he's going to have to force it just a little bit. Forgiving. The pocket size diminishes.
Correction there, it's 42-36 in favor of Earl.
Boy, he maneuvered the cue ball around the 6 quite nicely there. One of the things the viewers at home might enjoy watching is if you notice how loose Efren grips the pool cue. This allows him to obtain a high volume of spin on the ball with a minimum amount of force. And he can achieve shots that the other players don't even imagine. Their strokes aren't capable of affecting the cue ball in the same way. The ultralight grip, what it does is it allows just 19 ounces of cue to strike the cue ball as opposed to 19 ounces plus 10 foot-pounds of muscle pressure. And when you get that extra weight hitting that, it doesn't apply spin. It just slides the ball out there.
What sort of advantage does spin give a player?
Okay, what it allows him to do is utilize, it makes the pockets much more forgiving because he can use minimum speeds, but travel the cue ball great distances because it retains so much spin so freely. So he pockets the balls a little freer and he's able to do more dynamic things with the cue ball.
First night we ended the session with Strickland in the lead at 35-32. Score now stands at 42 games for Strickland to 37.
Oh, a flash of the old Efren there. He opened this rack with a tremendous shot on the 1-ball. Now it's just a matter of maintaining his focus through the rest of the balls there. They're aligned properly. And he seems to be pocketing balls a little freer than he was earlier in the match, where he's kind of established a rhythm and the tempo now. You know, in addition to the great shooting we're seeing, to be able to compose yourself when you're trailing in a match like this, with your opponent playing so well where it just looks like you have no chance. This is really where the experience comes in, and this is what makes this a sport.
Well, I guess for mere mortals, the temptation to try and hurry it up.
Definitely great. It has to be fought. You're not going to win a bunch of games in a row with one stroke of the cue. You have to make a ball at a time.
Well, then you'll be fighting against human nature. But that's what makes great players, right?
More importantly, I think that's what makes this such an interesting thing to watch, when you're aware of all the different subtleties that go into the sport. Himself a real good delivery with the tip through the cue ball. one of the few times that we've seen him where he really actually took a moment to. He's hitting the pocket nicely now. He had to use some power on that, and that demands accuracy. Made it look effortless. I'm here to tell you it's very difficult. If it was any easier, I'd be out there doing it myself.
Well, the crew was telling me that you showed them a thing or two about pool earlier now with the break.
Well, Strickland opened with a nice shot. What a tremendous shot that was. Sometimes in the past he's had to not only defeat his opponent, but it's some of the inner demons that seem to haunt him or plague him through the years.
Well, we were witness last night of some display of temper by Earl Strickland, but that didn't seem to affect his game too much. On the contrary, he won last night's session 35-32.
Well, he's cruised through this rack effortlessly after pocketing the 2-ball. Well, we get to see another tremendous break shot.
Beautiful break there by.
Enables you to accrue quite a few games in short order.
Which is what he did at the start of this session. Opened up an 8-game lead at 42-50.
A shot that's very missable for mortals, but players of this talent seem to cruise right through those. He's declared push. It's intended. And chose a safety. I guess it would be kind of hard to feel real comfortable when your opponent doesn't miss a ball.
Yeah.
Racks and racks on end. You know, part of what's creating the high level play is that the playing conditions in this place are absolutely impeccable. The table's playing great, the cloth is new, the balls are clean. These are all important factors in being able to maintain a high level of play.
Not to mention the crowd, of course, that certainly has been behaving very nicely, so that no distractions are there for the players.
Looks like Earl's going to cruise through yet another rack.
It is now 45 for Strickland, 39 for Efren Reyes. 6-game lead.